What's poppin', y'all? Another day of being a celebrity slash rapper sounding like hell on earth. Because Big X the Plug, who is a very poppin' rapper, right now he's got like a rap slash country song that's really doing well on the charts. But the past couple of years, he's been one of my favorite rappers that burst onto the scene. And he's had songs like Back on My BS, Levels, those were the two, and Texas. I would say Back on My BS was the first one that I heard, and it was one of those songs that just auto-played on your Spotify. I was like, yo, what's this? This is hard. And that's why I give Big X the Plug a lot of credit, because he's one of the few rappers in the past several years that I discovered audio first, audio only, which is difficult because there are a lot of different factors that go into why we like music or how music is marketed to us. Like, to just listen to something and it to be good enough in comparison to everything else out there, for you to be like, oh, this artist is hard, I want to adopt the rest of their discography, is really expert mode difficulty. So Big X the Plug, he's in Las Vegas gambling. This looks like the Cosmopolitan Casino, the Cosmopolitan Hotel, the casino on the ground floor of it. And a fan wants to take a flick with him. And Big X the Plug says no. Keep in mind, this is a grown man that's asking for a picture with Big X the Plug. I don't think there's anything wrong with asking for a picture. It's just not something that I do. But this is a grown man. This context matters a lot. So I'm going to play you guys this clip right now. And we're going to break it down because there's two sections where he cuts it, and there's a lot of context that needs to be provided there.
Really not gonna let me get a pic with it. Hey, why you grabbing my phone, bro? I just wanted a pic with Big X the Plug, bro. I can't get a pic with your boy, bro. I just wanted a pic, bro. Come on now.
Yeah, I politely told him, and he said it recorded. I politely told him no. I've told 1,000 people no, because if I take a picture with one person, I gotta take a picture with everybody.
Bro, it takes 5 seconds, bro. Come on.
It don't matter, bro. I'm gambling and you trying to get me to take a picture, bro.
Bro, but I'm never gonna see you again in my life. I'm never gonna see you again in my life, bro. It's all good, bro. It's all good. It's all good.
So off rip, the first thing that I see is this guy pulls out a camera. It's like, yo, why are you pulling out a camera? Number one. Number two, if you wanted a pic with, and I'm talking about pulling out a camera to record the situation. Whenever someone's doing that, it's almost as if they already aggravated or tried to amp up the other party to film them in something that's going to make them look bad online. Because you see like, yo, you're trying to take my phone. You're trying to take my phone. So what likely happened is those two guys that were around Big X the Plug were probably his homies, and they're just making sure that he can gamble. Like he said, like he's like, yo, I'm in Vegas. I want to gamble. Can I not do that? Before he made it in rap, he probably couldn't even afford to go to Vegas and gamble. So now he's like, yo, I can afford to do this now. I'd like to have this experience. But this guy, and they're probably like, yo, we just told you can't have a picture. Like, they're probably just like trying to push the camera away. And this guy's probably trying to like not sneak a picture, but like get really close to get a good picture. Although you could have just gone up the escalator and then taken a photo. That's it. Like, do you need him to be right next to you, hugging you in the photo too? Like, you need some skin to skin contact for it to add up for you, or what? Like, you've seen the guy, and maybe you wanted to have a conversation with him. I don't know. It seemed like he just wanted a flick. But then in the second part of the discussion, you see Big X the Plug talking to somebody. This looks like somebody from the casino security. So they come up, you see the earpiece, kind of like the dangling thing, and they're explaining the situation. These guys, or the guy that's recording, probably said something about like, yo, they're trying to take my phone. These guys, they're not behaving properly. That's likely what the guy recording said. I wouldn't put it past him to do something like that. Or there was just some commotion, and then they ended up coming. Maybe like there was some escalation and other people were like, yo, what's going on? I mean, there's cameras everywhere in this place. You can't avoid a camera. So they come and Big X the Plug explains the situation, and he very calmly handles this. He's like, listen, I've told so many other people no today, and they handled it fine. And if I take a picture with one person, I have to take a picture with everybody, which is true. And the guy just wants to gamble. Now, off rip, you've got some people in the comments saying, well, why doesn't he just go to like the high rollers room and gamble where people aren't going to bother you? Listen, Big X the Plug, quite a successful rapper, but high rollers, like Dana White is in there. And I know you don't have to be like the richest guy to be in there, but there's levels to this game. Big X the Plug, he just got in, and maybe he's just trying to do some simple, some easy gambling here and there, just enjoy his experience. I don't know. He's definitely been to Vegas a ton of times since he got on. He got on a couple years ago. It doesn't matter what people think he should do. He's entitled to do whatever he wants. And this is one thing that I hate, that quote unquote fans, and I won't even call them fans because they're really not fans. What the average person feels like they should be entitled to an artist's space, time, whatever else, because they consume the product. What? Like, this guy's not allowed to have boundaries because you consumed his product. So do you walk up to Tim Cook when you got an Apple phone and feel like you're entitled to take a picture with them? Like, yo, I bought an Apple phone. Are you, if you watched a movie, are you entitled to an actor's a photo from the actor? We don't really have that on them. We don't put that on people for physical products, for hell, even movies. Really, I see that here and there for movies and TV series, but it's far less, few and far between. But with music, there is this weird, just it brings me levels of disgust because you're treating this artist inhumanely. You're like, no, you have to take a picture with me because, keep in mind, this guy probably just streams his music, man. And what, you streamed it, like 1,000 times? Man, you streaming the music 1,000 times is like, what, $1? Yeah, thanks a lot for your dollar. Like, that doesn't entitle. And this is the exchange. The exchange is he's giving you music that's good enough that you want to give it your time. That's it. There's no more than that. Same thing with a show. A show is you paying to go see the artist. The artist comes out and performs. That's the exchange right there. You've got like this debt on the artist where no, you owe me more than that. Why? Why do they owe you more than that? And then keep in mind, this is a grown man that's not able to handle no. Like, there were probably women that asked. There were probably other guys that asked, like, yeah, I understand. It is what it is. And maybe they were upset about it. But out of all of the people that Big X the Plug said he turned down that day, this was the one guy that we got a video from. And the one guy that was crying and complaining about it. I don't know if that's his wife that's next to him, which is even more embarrassing because it's like, dog, you've got your wife, girlfriend, whatever, next to you, and you're begging this man for a photo, and then you're arguing with him with the security of the casino on why you can't get a photo and why he should just give you one. What the hell is this? And it's actually a little bit funny because Tyler, the Creator, is an example that we just did a video recently on Tyler, the Creator, on why he hates touring. This isn't a part of it, but Tyler, the Creator, was one of the first rappers that was a young rapper that was like, man, F that, I ain't taking no photos with you. Like, there are a couple of photos of Tyler, the Creator, and a fan or fans, but he doesn't enjoy taking photos. He's like, yo, I'm not a zoo animal. I'm not going to take a photo with you. I think he has conversations with fans here and there. He's like, yo, my time is not something that's just going to be taken away from me. And it's the demand, because they have to be equal about it. Because if he just took a photo with someone, he's like, yo, I don't got any more time. Like, well, you just took a photo with that guy. So Big X the Plug is actually being very fair, and he's cordial. He's not saying like, yo, get the hell out of here, or being rude about it or anything. And he knows he's on camera, so he has to handle himself like this. And the guy can't even get a break. Like, if you guys look, this guy's doing shows nonstop. I think he's on a tour right now with Lil Baby or something. He's just constantly hitting a festival stage or doing shows here and there, which I don't know how he's able to do that. Like, man, props to him, because it's not like Tyler, the Creator. That's a very, very fit individual. Big X the Plug, it's in the name. We don't even got to explain it. But I'm glad Big X the Plug put this boundary up there. And also, like, another situation, like for example, and when an artist doesn't perform or gives a trash performance, or just like kind of just gives this really lackluster performance, I'll call them out too, because that's the exchange. Or for example, if there was a meet and greet and the artist doesn't honor that meet and greet, then it's like, okay, well, you said you were going to do a meet and greet which included a photo with the fan, and you didn't do that. So like, the fan has a right to be upset in that scenario. But this is just him in his own life, and I guarantee that this guy's really not. If I asked him, yo, did you buy a ticket to Big X the Plug's recent show? Or what was the last show you bought a ticket to? I don't think he bought a ticket to a Big X the Plug show, because that's the people that behave like this. Like, they're just like, yo, Big X the Plug, like, that dude's clouded. I've heard his song before, and I don't know what they're going to do with the photo. But yeah, man, this is clown behavior, absolute self-humiliation right here. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Is Big X the Plug tripping? Are artists just give me a valid, not a contradiction, a valid counter argument to why an artist, and I'm not saying why fans feel that an artist should give them a photo, or why they really want a photo with an artist. I understand why. Like, there's kind of like this emotional connection. There is an element of sorcery with music that isn't like any other product. But outside of that, like, why does the artist have to kowtow to that demand if you feel that way, versus any other product, whether it's an iPhone, whether it's a fashion designer, whether it's what else do we got here? A circus performer, any number of other things. Let me know in the comments, like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed, and I'm going to see you on the next one.